Welcome to Real Success, the podcast for entrepreneurs wanting more. I'm Rob Christie. Executive and life coach Brent will take you on a journey exploring the key pillars of real success, ultimately leading to your best life. Stay connected and experience the success that really matters in business and life. And now, here's Brent with today's episode.
Well, it's been an interesting first couple of months to the year, hasn't it? The pandemic continues in some form or another for all of us. Work has been coming back on board for some, while it's still a struggle for others. There seems to be a feeling of imbalance between work and home life that continues to persist for a lot of people. The boundaries between the two continue to get more and more blurred, especially if you're working from home these days. But as we continue to adjust to the uncertainty, it does seem like there may be a light at the end of a very long tunnel. Things will never return to the way they were. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that opens the door to opportunity. So as you look ahead, are you preparing for a future reality that you really want? I've been having conversations and listening to people quite a bit lately. Despite the challenges people are facing at home and at work, and despite so much negativity on the news and in social media on so many topics, there seems to be a shift of attitude forming and growing out there. Sometimes you have to look or listen closely for it. There's still a lot of very loud negativity trying to drown it out. But it's there, and I, for one, have found it very refreshing. People are connecting more with one another, even if it's just online for now. People are taking better care of themselves, physically and emotionally. There is more gratitude, more mutual respect, more mutual understanding, more mutual support. I'm seeing more smiles and happiness, and work and business seems to be getting done right. I see more and more people becoming more and more focused on the things that truly matter to them, and it's wonderful to see. For some, it has them in the midst of big change. I really hope it continues and evolves for those people. Others, though, are still feeling stuck, stressed, perhaps disillusioned as imbalance persists and is weighing them down. So today I want to talk about work-life balance. You've heard the term. You've probably formed an opinion about it. Maybe you talk about it with colleagues in discussion groups, maybe even at home. So what's your take on it? Does it sound something like this? It's a myth. That's crazy. It's just not possible. Or do you tend to say, yeah, sure, it's possible. I would love to experience it. Or, I'm actually fully living it right now. It's been a buzz term for quite a long time, and it'll continue to be talked about as long as it remains elusive to most people who would love to have it. It's not helpful when headlines or the commentary that follow polarizes people around it. Anytime that polarizing opinions clash, it inevitably becomes a battle of who can be the loudest or state their side the strongest. Usually nobody gains anything by that. Other times, the polarizing headline is just to draw an audience. I get it. It works. But how about we reframe the concept and look at it through another lens that just might allow both sides to come together for a change? A couple of celebrity business personalities, Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, have talked about work-life balance recently, and they offer some valuable insights on the subject. I pretty much agree with much of what Gary says. I do not believe that work-life balance is a myth. In fact, his definition or description is exactly how I think we ought to view it. As he says, and I 100% agree, it is not a canned, defined, put everybody in the same box thing. It is not what someone else says it should be for you. As a self-proclaimed workaholic, Gary suggests his passion for his work and the contribution he makes through it is what he loves. It's what fuels him daily and gives his life meaning. He also suggests that family comes above all else. So if he has found the harmony between his passion and his values, and hopefully as well as his own health and well-being, then he really is living with work-life balance. He is experiencing real success and living his best life. Is it 50-50? No, not even close. But that's by design. His design. Ideal for himself and not anyone else. Will that way work for you? Maybe, but maybe not. For some, work is a top priority to be able to live with that balance. For many others, though, overwork actually leads to the stress and imbalance that leaves them miserable. If how you are working and living is not sustainable, and you are on a path to burning out, then you have not yet found your work-life balance. If how you are working is causing problems with your health and well-being or with loved ones at home, then you are not yet living your best life. And what about living in alignment with the things that lead to joy, fun, personal fulfillment, or contribution at work and beyond it? If those are not prominent for you, and that's leading to stress, disillusionment, or unhappiness, then it's time for change. These are the things that Simon Sinek talks about. Finding your work-life balance begins with a mindset shift, first and foremost. So what is it for you? Do you love to travel? Yeah, me too. Do you want to spend more time with your kids? Maybe coaching them in sports, or being there for all of their dance recitals or school concerts? Is working with a local community group or a charitable organization important to you? What about hobbies? What did you love to do that you'd love to do again, but you have let slide off your plate because of work? Or maybe it's something you've always wanted to try but have never made the time. What forms your balance? Maybe it's the word balance in work-life balance that has so many people polarized. It's time to let go of balance meaning 50-50. It'll never be exactly equal between work and life. Perhaps harmony is a better word. So what do you think of work-life harmony? Is that a little too woo-woo for you? A little too touchy-feely? Okay, then how about this? Things will never be perfectly balanced, steady as it goes with the boat never rocking. As you ebb and flow from day to day and year to year, the game of life kicks into high gear. No 2 days, weeks, months, or even years are going to look the same. As you create a reframe mindset on balance and how you see it day in and day out, you can also see how you can adjust naturally and easily to the game of life, including the game of business. You visualize and shift your inner dialogue first. That will inspire and continually motivate you to stay on your path. Then you prioritize, plan, change in alignment with that vision of balance, steady as it goes with the ebb and flow of business and life. Reframe properly in your mind and play it out through your attitudes and actions. Then the flow of, everything can just work for you. Your balance or harmony ebbs and flows up and down in a manageable and desired way, never too far off track and not generally too significantly difficult to handle. Occasionally when stuff happens, of course it will, your balance, harmony, and flow moves in that direction to address things. Then it gradually shifts where you need to go next. You don't get hung up on it. You roll with it. Work-life flow. Your work, your life, your balance, your harmony, your flow. In the end, I don't care what you call it, just as long as you can see it and then begin your shift towards being able to live it. No destination here, just a mindset and attitude of a way of living. Define it in a way that completely resonates with you. Let go of any preconceived notion of what others say it should be and whether or not it can be. This is all about you, your family, your business, and your own health and well-being. This is what definitely can be if you want it to be. So stop thinking that work-life balance is a myth and begin creating and living more and more of it right now. Thanks for listening. I hope this resonated with you today and inspires you to take a step towards achieving real success and experiencing your best life. You are absolutely worth it. Always remember that. If you got value today, please consider sharing this with another business owner on social media, by email, or even by directly texting this episode to a business owner you know who would appreciate it. You'll help extend our reach in supporting entrepreneurs everywhere to be successful in the ways that matter most to them. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you love to listen so that you can get notified when all new episodes are released. And one last thing. If you're ready to step up and onto your pathway of change and want to dive a little deeper into the 7 pillars of real success, go to my website at entrepreneurialfreedom.ca and you'll find a link to my post called The 7 Pillars of Real Success. I know it'll help. The website once again, entrepreneurialfreedom.ca. We'll be back soon with our next episode. Until then, be healthy, be happy, and have a day full of real success.